ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste, my dear friends. We are discussing self-knowledge, and today's topic is God and Avatara, Saguna and Nirguna aspect of God. That which is called Brahma in Upanishads and Paramatman in the Smritis is called Bhagwan in the Bhagavata. My Lord Shiva, whose heart is Hari, is identical with Nirguna Brahma of Upanishads. Just as air is formless and at the same time takes the form as of a cyclone, so also the formless Brahma can assume a form. God is both with form, Sakara, like eyes for his bhakta, and without form, Nirakara, like steam for the jnani. Just as water can exist in two states which Nirakara, formless in the form of two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen, Sakara with form in the form of I soul. So Brahma is both Nirakara and Sakara. He can take a form also as an avatara. Microcosm in Pinda, macrocosm in Brahmanda. Samasti means sum total, Vesti means individual. A tree is Vesti while a crow is Samasti. A single matchstick is Vesti, a matchbox is Samasti. He who identifies with the macrocosmic causal body or the sum total of all causal bodies of Jiva is Isvara. He who identifies with the macrocosmic subtle body is Hiranyagarbha or Sutratman. With the microcosmic or individual subtle body is Tejasa. He who identifies with the macrocosmic or collective gross body is Virat or Vasudhara, and with microcosmic or individual body is Vishwa. Isvara himself assumed the forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra through Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and becomes the creator, preserver, and destroyer of the universe. Brahma is included in Virat, Vishnu in Hiranyagarbha, and Rudra in Isvara. Lord Krishna appeared as Parabrahma before the sages, as Supreme Tattva before the yogins, as Lord of Beauty before the gopis, as warrior before the warrior, as a child before Vasudeva and Yasoda, as Lord of Death before Kansa, as King of Kings, Samrat before the kings according to the view and understanding of the seer or subject. The object is the same, it appears different according to the viewpoint of the beholder. The oversoul of the Western philosophers is the Brahma of the Upanishads or Atma of the Vedantins. The Supreme Soul or Paramatman, which is the sport for the individual soul, is the Oversoul. The Oversoul is the substance of Spinoza or the thing in itself of Kant. The essence of Vedanta has slowly infiltrated into the minds of the Western philosophers, and they have accepted now the existence of the one eternal principle or the immortal soul which is distinct from body and mind. Sri Ramanuja's Savishesha Brahma works. He is all merciful. He gives rewards to virtuous persons. But Sri Shankara's Nirvishesha Brahma is quite indifferent. Udasina, to be an Udasina is the highest stage. I am thine, O Lord, thou art not I. The waves belong to the ocean, but the ocean is not the wave. This is the teaching of Ramanuja. This is Visishta Advaita or qualified non-dualism. Anthropor- Anthropomorphic conception of God is that in which man gives human attributes to God. Mohammedan conception of God is anthropomorphic. The impersonal aspect Nirakara, Nirguna is called Brahma or unknowable by Herbert Spencer, will by Schopenhauer, absolute noumenon by some substance by Spinoza. The personal aspect, Sakara, of that being is termed Isvara or Allah, Hari, Jehovah, Father in heaven, Buddha, Shiva, etc. Just as vapor or steam is formless, so also God is formless in his unmanifested or transcendental state. He takes a form to please his devotees. He assumes a form for the pious worship of his bhaktas. He gives darshan to his devotees in the form in which they meditate. For a devotee who has premanistha, a form is necessary. When he develops prabhakti, the form will vanish away and he will become one with the all pervading pure consciousness. Lord Krishna is the prema aspect of Isvara or the Lord. Lord Shiva is the wisdom aspect of Isvara. Devi is the Shakti aspect of Isvara. Virat is the manifested aspect of Isvara. Hiranyagarbha is the immanent aspect of Isvara. Hanuman is the Rudra aspect of Lord Shiva. Dattatreya is the combined aspect of Trinity of Isvara. Brahma is the creative aspect of Isvara. Vishnu is the preservative aspect of Isvara. Shiva is the destructive aspect of Isvara. Meditate on any aspect you like, attain union with the Lord, and cross this ocean of samsara. Vimal Kumari came to her husband's house after the first time. Her brother's name was Chandra. The dog of her husband's neighbor had the name Chandra also. The name of her husband's dog was Moti. Vimal Kumari's brother had an enemy and his name also was Moti. Two dogs, Chandra and Moti, were fighting. The husband of Vimal Kumari abused his neighbor's dog Chandra and praised his own dog Moti. Vimal Kumari thought that her husband was abusing her own brother and praising her brother's enemy. She was a bit annoyed towards her husband. Vimal Kumari was pained in her heart as she did not understand her husband properly. She was deluded by mere names. Even so, the Vaishnarites and the Saivites are pained in their hearts when they find the criticism of Hari and Shiva in Shiva Purana and Vishnu Purana respectively. Hari is criticized in Shiva Purana to increase the students' faith in Lord Shiva and vice versa. There is no other reason. Similarly, calls are occurring in the world daily on account of delusion caused by play of sound and names. A wise man goes beyond sounds and name and rests in that soundless and nameless Brahma. If you identify yourself with the personal God or Saguna Brahma, you will see the world within yourself. Isvara has this world within himself. There is nothing outside him. A jiva separates himself on account of egoism and so sees the world outside. Because you see the world outside, there is attraction for objects. The attraction for all objects will die if one sees the world within. A dry Pandit Vedantin ignores bhakti. He speaks ill of bhakti. He says bhakti cannot relieve human sufferings. Bhakti cannot give mukti. This is a serious blunder. Bhakti can destroy all human sufferings and can give karma mukti. Sectarian Bhakta denies Advaita, Nirguna Nirakara Brahma. He speaks ill of Jnana. He says, I do not want a dry Brahma without any rasa. I want my Leela Krishna alone. There is nothing beyond Goloka. This is also a great blunder. Both are petty minded. Beyond Goloka, beyond Leela Krishna, there exists Nirguna Advaita Brahma, who is the sport or substratum for Leela Krishna. Leela Krishna merges in Nirguna Brahma during cosmic parley. Though Sri Shankara had full highest Advaitic Nirguna Brahmic realization, yet he says loudly, my keen desire to fix my mind at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, my eager longing to wash his benign feet with tears from my eyes is not gone. Whether the all accept the presence of light or not, there is always light. Whether you accept the existence of God or not, He always exists. He is ever shining in the three periods of time. He exists before you begin to search Him. He is closer to you than your breath, near to you than your hands and feet. Even if the tenant has not seen the Maharaja, he knows that there is one Maharaja who rules the state from the orderliness kept up throughout the state. Similarly, even if you have not seen God face to face, you can know His existence from the other from the order maintained in the universe. When mind, speech, ears, eyes, and other organs are asleep, the prana alone is awake. Who causes the vibration of prana? Who is the sport for his prana? It is Brahma, he is the yoni or womb for everything. Who is making the physical body? A toy made up of clay, dance in variety of ways. Who is the wire puller of this body? Find him. You feel I exist. This itself clearly proves that God exists. Existence is God or Brahma. You always feel, despite your possessions and all sorts of comforts, that you are in want of something. There is no sense of fullness. If you add to yourself the all full God only, you will have fullness. When you do an evil action, you are afraid. Your conscience, conscience pricks you. This is also proves that God exists and the witnesses all your thoughts and actions. There is a village known as Dagheta near Mutra. Sri Swami Krishnananda was doing kirtan one night with his party on 10th 1934. One lady, a devotee who was much interested in kirtan, locked her little girl in the house and went for the kirtan. There was none else in the house beside the child. When she returned, she saw her child playing and laughing. Mother asked the child, "With whom you are playing, my child?" The child replied, "I am playing with this old man. Do you not see him?" The child repeated these words thrice. The mother was not able to see the old man. The old man, who was none else but Lord Krishna, had disappeared. Where there is bhakti and faith, the Lord is always there. Where there is kama, passion, there is no Rama. In front of Sankar Kutia Meerut, where sannyasis stay, there is a bangla of Sankar Dayal, advocate. Sankar Dayal has a daughter. She is a devoted kiddie. She does worship puja daily to Lord Krishna. This is all due to her previous virtuous sanskaras. She used to pluck flowers in the garden daily for worship. When she was plucking flowers one day in the early morning, a boy came to her with peacock feathers on head and said, "Child, repeat this mantra." He gave some mantra for japa and disappeared. The boy was Lord Krishna only. This incident took place on 5th October 1934. Even in Kali Yuga, if you have even a minute trace of faith and devotion, the Lord is ever ready to give his darshan. In Farrukhabad via Shikohabad Junction, I met a boy aged 19 on November 14th, 1934. He was a Bhakta of Lord Shiva. He was repeating Om Namah Shivaya for some months. He did not have darshan of the Lord. He felt aggrieved on this score. One day he wanted to give up his life by some means or other. He did some violent measure. At once Lord Shiva appeared in the midst of a blazing blue light. He disappeared immediately. The boy heard a voice, "Child, what boon do you want?" The boy replied, "I want your darshan again for a second time." But Lord Shiva did not appear before him for the second time. You can see the boy in Farrukhabad even now. Bhakta, Deputy Collector Sri Bhagavad Prasad brought the boy to me in Saraswati Bhavan. The Bhagavatas are of two kinds. One, Apattika Lambanas, who worship without any symbol and who do not take the help of any symbol. Two, Partika Lambanas, those who take the help of symbol. The first class consists of devas and others who see the Lord as all-pervading. All devatas, 100 among the rishis, 100 among the Gandharvas belong to this class of adhikarin. The Partika Lambanas are of two kinds. One, Dehe Lambanas, two, Partima Lambanas. Those who see the Lord in their body are Deha Lambanas, the rishis, etc. called Madhyama Adhikaris belong to this class. They see the Atma in the body. The Partima Lambanas are those who see God in an image, who cannot imagine Him without some form. Ordinary men belong to this class. Why has Lord Krishna a blue body? Because blue color indicates the all-pervading nature of God. Blue color is Vyapaka. Why has Lord Hari four hands? Four hands represents Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Four hands denote that Lord Hari welcomes all from all quarters. He is of an all-embracive nature. Lingam of Lord Shiva signifies that Brahma is formless. Nirakara, it points out as if showing with the finger that Brahma is one without a second. Worship of Shakti or Devi is worship of Brahma only. Shakti and Shakta are one. Brahma and Devi are abhinna, inseparable. They are identical. Worship of Rama includes worship of Sita also. Worship of Radha goes to Krishna also. Saivites worship Shiva only. Saktas worship Devi only. Some worship both Shiva and Parvati. In communion with the Lord, the opening and closing of the eyes cease. Inhalation and exhalation stop. Sankalpa and Vikalpa of the mind also cease. This is Unmani Avastha, the highest state of Raja Yoginj. The name of the Lord Rama is an inexhaustible storehouse for spiritual knowledge, for eternal life, eternal bliss, and eternal satisfaction. The Ram Nama is sacred, holy of holies. It is a destroyer of the sins of persons in this Kali Yuga, Iron Age. It is a spiritual food of aspirants at every step of their spiritual march towards the attainment of God consciousness or communion with Lord. Remember Lord Hari, the Supreme Lord, the Teacher, the prime cause for all worlds, the destroyer of the darkness of samsara. He pervades this whole universe. He himself is without origin, but he is the origin of this universe. He is the first cause. He shines within the heart of all beings. He is the pure consciousness. He is the warp and woof of the web of the universe. He is the real, the eternal, the infinite, the transcendental, the unknown. Meditate on Him daily, meditate on His attributes, sing His name, you will attain immortality and eternal bliss. God is the creator and director of this universe. He is the indweller in all beings. He is the supporter of this world. He is the preserver and destroyer of this world. He is the governor and inner ruler. He is the protector, savior, and redeemer. He is the bestower of supreme peace and immortality. He is the giver of Ojas, spiritual power, Tejas, divine splendor, Bala, power, Aishwarya, spiritual wealth, Yasas, fame, Arogya, health, Dirga, ayus, long life, Pushti, prosperity, Tushti, contentment, Shanti, peace, Shreyas, emancipation, Vidya, divine wisdom, Moksha, liberation. Attributes of God. God is beyond cause and effect, time and space, and beyond the reach of mind and speech. But yet He is the nearest of the nearest, the innermost dweller of the heart, the very life of all that lives and moves. The cave of the heart is to be sought after by every aspirant for self realization. The Supreme Self, which is full of bliss, abides in this cave. God and Avatara. God is hidden. God is hidden love. God is hidden power. God is hidden beauty. God is hidden light. Brahma is God of gods. Brahma is knowledge. Live a hidden life in the hidden God. To define God is to deny God. You can give definition of a finite object only. How can you define the limitless or infinite being who is the source and ultimate cause for everything? If you define God, you are limiting the limitless one. You are confining him within the concepts of mind. God is beyond the reach of gross mind, but he can be realized through the meditation with a pure, subtle, and one pointed mind. God is truth. God is love. God is light of lights. God is peace. God is knowledge. God is all embodiment of bliss. God is Satchitananda. Existence absolute, knowledge absolute, and bliss absolute. God is eternity. God is infinity. God is Avinasi, supreme Vastu. God is all pervading. Essence or substance. God is the only Sara Vastu. God is infinite beauty. There is a maker for pot or a table, so there must be a creator for this marvelous world also. That creator is God. God created this universe by his own will and then entered into it. He manifested himself in the mind and heart of everyone. He is the first among the Devas. He is the protector of the world. A wicked man does a crime and enters the jail as a prisoner. He has no independence in the jail. He is a slave. Sometimes the king also enters the jail of his own sweet will to see the condition of the prisoners. He visits the jail in order to do good to the prisoners and re- redress their grievances. He is quite independent. If people ask, "Where is the king now?" the private secretary says, "The king is in the jail now. The criminal has entered the jail and the king also has entered the jail." But there is world of difference. Even so, the little Jiva takes birth in this world owing to the force of his desires and karmas. He is swayed by ignorance. He has no independence. He is a slave of passions. He is a victim of Avidya. He is tossed hither and thither by the two currents, which Raga and Dvesha, likes and dislikes. Whereas the Lord takes his incarnation in this world as an avatara out of his own sweet will in order to protect dharma and the righteous persons and punish the unrighteous. He is quite independent. Maya is under his perfect control. He is omnipotent and omniscient. He has Satkarma and Sat Sankalpa. This body is a complicated machine. Even eminent doctors have not thoroughly understood the functions of the different organs of the body. They had no knowledge of the workings of the various endocrine glands some 30 years ago. Now they say that the endocrine glands play a very vital part in the economy of nature. Still, they are experimenting and studying about the nature and working of this complex machine. If you can get knowledge of the driver of the machine, then only you can acquire complete knowledge of this human machine. That driver is God or Antaryami, inner ruler. Truth is God. It is Satya Vastu, real thing. It is Satyam, truth, Nityam, eternal, Avinasi, imperishable, Nirvikalpa, unchanging, Ekasara, one homogeneous essence. It is self-existent, Swambhu, self-luminous, Swampakash, independent at all times. Swatantra, he has no beginning, middle or end. Anadi Anantam, it exists in the past, present and future. It is self-knowledge, Chit Samvit, Vijnana Prajana, it is causeless, it is beyond time, space and causation. It is one, it is Akhanda, Aparichina. God and peace are synonymous terms. God is very near to those who are free from lust, anger, greed, and egoism. God has no desire. He is Pripurna, self-contained. He creates this world for his sporting Leela. It is his Swabhava. God is the totality of all that exists, both animate or inanimate, sentient or insentient. He is free from age and limitations. He is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. He has no beginning, middle, or end. He is the indweller in all beings. He controls from within. God, immortality, freedom, perfection, peace, bliss, love are synonymous or convertible terms. Isa Upanishad Mantra 8. He pervades all, resplendent, bodiless, scathless, having no muscles, pure, unsmitten by sin, far-seeing, omniscient, transcendental, self-sublime. He duly allotted to the various eternal creators their respective functions. God is omnipotent, Sarvasaktiman, but he is impotent in the sense that he cannot deny his own existence. The great king cannot be seen by the ordinary persons or the agricultural peasants, but they see daily the divan, the tehsildar, and other officials. Through this, they know that there is a king who is the supreme ruler of the state. Even so, the supreme self, who is the source for everything, who is the inner ruler of all beings, cannot be seen, but you can infer his existence by looking at the sun, the moon, the stars, and other marvelous objects of this universe, which bespeak of his supreme glory and ineffable splendor. Color and symmetry give beauty to the physical body. Beauty of body is of decaying nature, hence it is illusory, but divine beauty is undecaying and real. God is beauty of beauties. He is the fountainhead for beauty. He is an embodiment of beauty. He is beauty itself. You have great love for hair on the head. You daily comb it nicely and apply hair oil, but you throw the same hair if it falls in a cup of milk. You dislike to touch it. In loving the hair, you love your own self only. The hair appears to be beautiful and attractive because of its association with the body of the Jiva and with the Chaitanya or consciousness that is at the back of this body. If you see a silk sari in a shop, it is not attractive, but when it is on the body of a lady, it is very attractive and beautiful because it is connected now with the Chaitanya. This gives the clue that the gold exists and God exists and that God is an embodiment of beauty. The grace of the Lord. Bhakti is not obtained through effort or action. It is beyond, it is obtained through grace and mercy of the Prabhu. Lord, it is Kripa Sadhya and not Kriya Sadhya. These three things are rare indeed and are due to the divine grace only, which a human birth, a longing for liberation, and the protecting care of a Sadguru perfected says, but a virtuous noble soul will get these things. Swami Vivekananda, Gorakhnath, Bhardhari and Nityananda had these three rare things. Even if you make effort through crores of kalpas, you will not have darshan of the Lord, but if you obtain the mercy, you will have his darshan in the twinkling of an eye. Therefore, surrender your will at his lotus feet and say with sincerity, O Lord, have mercy on me. Through the grace of the Lord, only one can get the four means of salvation, a realized Guru for guidance, and other means such as food, abode, clothing, etc. Therefore, worship of the Lord is absolutely necessary. The grace of the Lord is an antidote to all sorts of fear. He who has the grace of the Lord will be able to cross the ocean of samsara. Lord's grace is a passport to enter the kingdom of illimitable, illimitable bliss. Obtain His grace through self-surrender, pure love and worship. Even if the most impure object is thrown into the fire renders it pure and imparts to it its own luster and form. Even so, the Lord purifies even the worst sinner and makes him like Himself. This is the nature of the Lord. He who loves God, who rejoices in Him alone, who delights in Him alone, who serves Him, who adores Him, is a child of God. He is a real Bhagavata. All siddhis and riddhis will roll under his feet. The rich man lives in a mansion, moves in a car, and has plenty of food, but he is not happy. He suffers from dys- dyspepsia, diabetes, and blood pressure. His mind is filled with cares, worries, and anxieties. He is weak. He cannot eat sumptuous food. The doctor has prescribed for him arrowroot, kanji, and barley water. He has no children. A poor laborer has good health, vigorous appetite, power of endurance, and plenty of children, but he is homeless. He has very little to eat. He is clad in rags. This is the keeping up of the balance in the economy of nature. The Lord bestows upon you whatever you ask. If you want wealth, He gives you wealth. If you want health, He gives you the same. If you want moksha, He gives you moksha. Mimamsas hold that karma or work but not Isvara gives the fruits of one's actions. They see that karma itself can give results at a future time. This is wrong. Isvara alone can give the fruits of one's own works. Karma is insentient or non-intelligent and short-lived. It has no power of bringing about results at some future time. Even the supersensuous extraordinary principle apurva, which is produced by the karma before it is destroyed, is of non-intelligent nature. It cannot act unless moved by some intelligent being. Isvara is the bestower of the fruits of actions as he is the cause of the actions even. God looks to the heart of devotees rather than to his thoughts or the words in which his homage is expressed. The mother beats her son when he does some mischief. Has she any hatred towards her son? No, she beats him in order to correct and educate him. Even so, God punishes the evildoers in order to correct and educate them. He is neither impartial nor cruel. Love God as Radha did. This is the highest form of worship. Follow in the footsteps of Radha. Feel for Lord Krishna like Radha. The love will gradually develop. You will attain immortality and God consciousness. Ahilya says, O all merciful Lord Rama, salutations unto thee. Through thy benign grace I have assumed my original form. Through thy mercy alone the stone became, become became a human being. Thou art ocean of compassion and love, the all-pervading Nirguna Brahma who is within and without, or the Virat was not able to transform the stone into my original form. You alone were able to do so. Therefore, thou art even superior to the Nirguna Brahma and Virat. Prostrations unto thee, O Lord, my Saviour and Protector. Glory unto thee, glory unto thy name, O Lord Rama. Thou canst not rest in peace without Rama. How fortunate and happy is that man who remembers him and sings his name. The devotee of Rama is free from all cares, worries, fears, sorrows, pains, and tribulations. Rama takes care of his body. Rama attends to his physical wants. Awake and see how merciful is he. Cling to his lotus feet. Ramana propitiated Lord Shiva by his hymns. Puspadanta pleased Lord Shiva by his celebrated stotra, Shiva Mahima stotra, which is even now sung by all devotees throughout India and obtained all Aishwaryas or Siddhis and Mukti. The glory of the stotras of Shiva is indescribable. Why do not you all sing the hymns of Lord Shiva and obtain his grace and salvation, not in the unknown future but right now in this very second. You can please Lord Shiva easily. Fast on Shivratri. If you cannot do this, take milk and fruits only. Keep perfect vigil the whole night and sing his stotra. May the blessings of Lord Shiva be upon you all. The Kurma Purana says water is able to quench the fire, the essence of the sun to dispel darkness, and the repetition of names of Devi to destroy the multitude of sins in the Kali age. The Brahma Purana says those who worship the Supreme Shakti, whether regularly or irregularly, are not entangled in samsara. There is no doubt they are the liberated souls. Prakriti is preparing you for the spiritual battle in a variety of ways. She is making your mind and body as fit instruments for her unhampered play. Feel this, be grateful to the Mother always. Think of the Lord alone. Think of nothing of none but your beloved. See nothing else save your Ishtam. Love God alone. Live for Him alone. Serve Him in all names and forms. Worship Him in all names and forms. Sweet Vrindavan, lovely Vrindavan, heavenly Vrindavan, sparkling waters of Jamuna with Kadamba flowers and forest are within you. Look within, hear the inner music of the soul, the music of Lord Krishna's mysterious flute, and become one with Him. The eyes of Lord Krishna serve as a boat to take you to the other shore of fearlessness and immortality. Fix your mind on His eyes. Krishna comes from the root of Krish, to draw. Krishna means that which draws everything to itself. What could be the thing which attracts so powerfully and subdues? It is absolute love. Krishna is absolute love. How merciful is Lord Krishna. He had the bhava of mother even for Putana who came to kill him and gave her salvation. How sweet is Lord Krishna's name. How powerful is his name. The name of Lord Krishna is nectar. It is a boat to cross this terrible ocean of samsara. It is a mighty weapon to kill this Rakshasa mind. Lord Krishna is Satchitananda, Vigraha, or the embodiment of knowledge and bliss. He has no beginning or end. He is the cause of all causes. He is the shelter, sport and the Lord of all. Lord Krishna is styled as one who steals butter because he used to eat butter stealthily in the houses of the gopis on account of his extreme love for them. But he really steals the evil thoughts of devotees and fills their mind with divine thoughts. This stealing of butter was a sort of sporting leela when he was a boy to instill delight in the hearts of gopis who were his devotees. The gopis liked this immensely. They were eagerly expecting when would Krishna come and eat their butter. He really steals or captivates their hearts and minds and makes them forget the world, draws their minds towards his blessed feet and makes them enjoy the everlasting peace and bliss. He steals the letter the in the soham of devotees and makes them feel the right significance of the Vedantic formula soham, I and he, or the identity with the Supreme Self. Lord Krishna says in the Gita, I give my devotees the yoga of discrimination. How merciful is Lord Krishna, glory to him and his name. Who can describe the beauty of Lord Krishna? The luster of his face excels the luster of crores of suns. He is the beauty of beauty. He is an embodiment of beauty. As by watering of a tree at the root, all its trunk, branches, and twigs get enlivened, and as the senses are gratified by the feedings of the prana or the energy with food, so also the worshipping of Lord Krishna or Achyuta gratifies all the gods. Lord Krishna had played various parts during his stay in the world. He drove the chariot of Arjuna, he was an excellent statesman, he was a master musician. The music of his flute thrilled the hearts of gopis and all. He was a cowherd in Nandagopa and Gokula. He exhibited miracles even when he was a child and a boy. He killed Kalia and showed Visurupa to his mother. He did Ras Leela, the secrets of which can only be understood by devotees like Narada, Gauranga, Radha and Gopis. He taught the supreme truths of yoga and Vedanta to Arjuna and Uddhava. That is the reason why he is regarded as an avatara with 16 kalas or rays. Cause for descent of avatara. Avatars descend from Karya Brahma, Hiranyagarbha or Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. There cannot be any descent of avatara direct from Karna, Brahma, Isvara. All avatars come either from Brahma, Vishnu or Shiva. They cannot descend from Isvara. The Bhakta desires to see his Ishta Devata in human form. This is the cause for avatara. That is the reason why the formless Brahma is forced to assume a human form to please his devotees. The cause of the descent of avatara is due to the shedding of tears by the sincere devotees. There is descent of God for the ascent of man. Whenever there is catastrophe in the land, whenever there is unrighteousness, God comes down on the earth plane to establish dharma. He takes human form when he comes down on the physical plane. He is called avatar. Avatars are of various kinds. Purna avatara, full; Ansa avatara, part; Avesh Antara Avatara, Leela avatars of Virat Purusha for the preservation of the universe, etc. God Almighty does send now and then messengers to the world to disseminate bhakti for a wide and to steer people in the spiritual path. Lord Gauranga, Kabir Das, Ram Das, Goswami, Tulsi Das were all his sweet, sincere messengers. How kind, affectionate, and merciful is God, O skeptics, materialists, atheists. When will you open your eyes and ears? Wake up, do not delay even a second. God of death is opening his jaws to devour you. Run to him with folded hands, with all bhava for refuge, and say, O God, have mercy. Some people say, how can we take Krishna as the Lord or Bhagwan? He took birth and died. He is only a man. This is a false statement. This is the utterance of an ignorant child. Lord Krishna only manifested himself for the time being to do loka sangraha work, the solidarity or the well-being of the humanity, and then disappeared. Lord Krishna is Lord Hari himself. There is no doubt of this. He had a Chinmaya body. His body was not made of flesh. Have full trust in him. He will deliver you from the round of births. He will deliver you from the round of births and death. Respect his name, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, and sing his Kirtan Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sometimes the king visits the jail and enters the cell of a prisoner to see how matters are getting on in the prison. He does this for the good of the prisoners. He is quite independent, and yet out of his own free will he himself enters the cell. Even so, an avatara puts on a fleshy body out of his own free will for the ascent of man. He is quite independent and has absolute control over Maya like the king, while Jiva is slave of Avidya so long as he has no self-realization. A deva or an angel or spirit can materialize and take a physical form. This materialization is of three kinds, which materialization, partial materialization, wherein the form is not visible through tangible, and the other partial materialization, wherein the form is tangible but visible. A materialized angel or the materialized spirit of your departed friend can shake hands with you nicely. If you come across a Devta, you can notice that the feet of the Devta will not touch the ground. The eyes will be quite steady. There will be no shutting and closing of the eyelids. Idol worship. If you come across a Devta, you can notice that the feet of the Devta will not touch the ground. The eyes will be quite steady. There will be no shuttings and closing of the eyelid. Idol worship. Idol or Murti, Vigaraha, sun, fire, water, Ganga, Saligram, Linga are all symbols or pratikas of God which help the aspirants to attain one pointedness of mind and purity of heart. A symbol is absolutely indispensable for fixing the mind. The Christians also have got the symbol cross. A cross mind needs a concrete symbol as a proof or alambana. A subtle mind requires an abstract symbol. Even a Vedantin has the symbol of Om for fixing the wandering mind. In the beginning, concentration or meditation is not possible without a symbol. The devotee superimposes on the concrete idol the Lord and his attributes. He does so does Pachara for the idol. The 16 kinds of paying respects or services to the Lord, such as Padayam, water for washing feet, Argayam, Asana, seat, Sanana, bathing, offering clothes, Achmana, water for sipping, applying sandal paste, offering flowers, Archana, burning incense, waving of lights and camphor, Mahanevedyam, etc. The wandering mind is fixed now in this form of worship. The aspirant gradually feels the nearness of the Lord. He attains purity of heart and slowly annihilates his egoism. Even in worshipping a small idol, he has to repeat the Purusha Sukta and to think of the Virat Purusha with countless heads, countless eyes, countless hands, who extends beyond the universe, and the Lord or Atman who dwells in the hearts of all beings. For a bhakta or a sage, there is no such thing as jada or insentient matter. Everything is Vasudeva or Chaitanya. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. The devotee beholds actually the Lord in the idol. Narsi Mehta was put to test by a Raja. The Raja said, "O Narsi, if you are a sincere devotee of Lord Krishna, if, as you say, the idol is Lord Krishna himself, let this idol move." According to the prayer of Narsi Mehta, the idol moved. The sacred bull Nandi before Shiva's idol took the food offered by Tulsidas. The Murti played with Mirabai. It was full of life and Chaitanya for her. How sublime is Hindu philosophy and Hindu mode of worship. It does not stop or end with worship of idol alone. The sadhaka is taken step by step to higher stages of devotion and samadhi or communion through the worship of the Lord. Though he worships the Lord, he has to keep before his mental eyes the all pervading Lord. He has to feel his presence in his heart and all objects. The ways and roles of worship, puja, vidhi, and the secrets of worship that are described in the Hindu scriptures are scientifically accurate and highly rational. It is only ignorant people who have not studied the scriptures, who have not associated with the devotees and great souls, vilify worship of idols or murtis. Many English educated persons do not attach any importance to prasad when they get it from the Mahatma. This is a serious mistake. Prasad is a great purifier. As they are brought up in the Western style of living, they have imbibed the spirit of Westerners and forgotten the spirit of true children of Indian rishis of yore. Live for a week in Vrindavan or Ayodhya or Banaras or Pandharpur, you will realize the glory and miraculous effects of prasad. Many incurable diseases are cured. Many sincere devotional aspirants get wonderful spiritual experiences from mere prasad alone. Prasad is a panacea. Prasad is a spiritual elixir. Prasad is the grace of the Lord. Prasad is a cure all and an ideal pick me up. Prasad is an embodiment of Shakti. Prasad is divinity in manifestation. Devotees of Lord Krishna should feel that every form is the form of Lord Krishna. They should not change this bhava or mental attitude. Even if a murderer appears before them to kill them, if they are established in this bhava, the nature of the murderer will be changed or some other man will kill the murderer. If the bhava changes, they should cultivate it again and again. Feel his presence always. Recognize his presence everywhere. Carry his presence wherever you walk. Remember him always. Live in him. You need not read many books. You need not roam about in search of gurus. You need not stand on your head for 12 years. You need not do Aswini Mudra to open the Kundalini. I have given you the sense of all sadhanas. It is the gist of all Vedas. Practice it. Believe me, it is very easy. It will surely give you moksha, I assure you. Those who worship Hiranyagarbha go to Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. They wait there for the lifetime of Brahma. When the Brahmanda gets dissolved during the Parlaya, they enter the Supreme Self or Brahman along with Hiranyagarbha. When only they lose their sense of individuality. Hiranyagarbha Upasana is the worship of the life aspect of Iswara. Meditation on Saguna Brahma, words of calamities. The devotees gets powers through, though he does not want them. Siddhis roll under his feet. He gets emancipation by successive steps. This is called karma, mukti, or progressive emancipation in contradistinction to the Sadhyu Mukti or immediate emancipation attained by a Jnani. The devotee goes to Brahmaloka first and then enters into Nirguna Brahma. This is called Karma Mukti. The Jnani is absorbed into Nirguna Brahma directly. This is the difference. Saguna Upaskas, or those who meditate on the image of the Lord, should do Trataka first with open eyes till they can visualize a clear-cut, well-defined picture. Later on, they can visualize the picture with closed eyes. The picture must be very pleasant to the mind and the eyes. It should have a good, agreeable background. When you have created a strong mental image of your Lord in the mind by continuous practice of meditation on one form, you should not disturb the mental image by changing the picture. Stick to the same picture and strengthen and feed the mental image through repeated practice of Trataka, visualization and constant meditation on the form. Through force of habit, the same mental image will appear quite easily in your mind. Sometimes you may change even your mantra or formula when the mind is tired or wants variety, but do not change your mental image or bhava. Do not bother yourself if you are not able to have perfect visualization of the picture of the Lord with the closed eyes. Continue your practice vigorously and regularly. You will succeed. What is wanted is prema for the Lord. Cultivate this more and more. Let it flow unceasingly, spontaneously. This is more important than visualization. A piece of ordinary white paper or colored paper has no value. You throw it away, but if there is stamp or picture of the king or emperor on the paper currency notes, you keep it safe in your money purse or trunk. Even so, an ordinary piece of stone has no value for you. You throw it away, but if you behold the stone murti of Lord Krishna at Pandharpur or any other murti in the shrine, you bow your head with folded hands because there is the stamp of the Lord on the stone. The devotee superimposes on the stone murti his own beloved and all the attributes of the Lord. Image worship is very necessary for beginners. Even by worshipping a Pratima idol, Iswara is very much pleased. The Pratima is made up of five elements. Five elements constitute the body of the Lord. The idol remains as an idol, but the worship goes to the Lord. There is nothing wrong in worshipping an idol in the beginning. You must superimpose God and his attributes on the idol. You must think of the Antar Atman that is hidden in the idol. In Bhava Samadhi, the mind of the devotee is highly elevated through pure emotion and devotion. He forgets the body and the world. His mind is wholly absorbed in the Lord. Hear the divine whisper in silence. Realize the power of faith. Feed God's sustaining grace. Know the way of escape. Build the shrine of love or the temple of devotion in your heart. Enter the silence. Enjoy the life transcendent. Forget the universe, forget the body, forget everything. Meditate on the glory of His name. Be fixed in His name. Merge yourself in His name. His name saves millions from the round of birth and death. Be- Therefore, develop taste, ruchi, and love for his name. You cannot live on bread alone, but you can live on Lord Krishna's name. All the divine potencies or Shaktis are hidden in his name. Avikanda mantra Chaitanya that is hidden in his name by constant repetition and have everlasting union with him. God is just. He punishes the evil doers to turn them into the right path, to correct and educate them. He does not want his children to repeat the same evil act. This is his mercy, this is his love. The ways of God are very mysterious. Pain, sufferings, disease, loss, disappointment, failure, and his blessings in disguise to strengthen his children and take them to his side. My dear Ram, learn his ways and become wise. Do not get ruffled in mind by trifling incident in life. Grow strong, evolve. God derives one of his wealth, wife, son, etc. If he wants to take him to his lotus feet, do not grumble, my dear Prem. Say with boldness, thy will be done, O Lord, and rejoice. Have perfect trust in him. Expect sincerely and leave the rest to God. You need not be depressed on any score. By tapas you can achieve anything. In the 19th chapter of the Gita, 31 sloka, Lord Krishna gives strong word of assurance. Kaunteya pratijaniti name bhaktaha parsvanyati. O son of Kunti, know thou for certain that my devotee perisheth never. Always be cheerful. Where is the room for lamentation? When you are a devotee of Lord Krishna, he bestows every gift on his bhaktas. Go on with your sadhana, spend your time well. Your straightforward nature, arjava, and simplicity are great spiritual assets for you. A bright future awaits you. Plod on, apply diligently, increase your charity. Charity covereth a multitude of since it is a great purifier of heart. Yajodanam tapaschava parvanani mane sivannam. Gita chapter 18 verse number 5. Your spiritual advancement is very poor as you have not strictly followed my spiritual instructions. Earnest efforts are greatly wanting in you. Had you been sincere and regular in the spiritual sadhana, you ought to have had glimpses of the divine grace in some form or other. The gopis of Vrindavan were wonderful devotees of Lord Krishna. They totally surrendered themselves into the Lord. Lord Krishna played on his flute on a moonlit night. The gopis rushed forth immediately to where their lover was. Their minds were absorbed in Krishna. They forgot everything when they heard the flute. The lane of love is extremely narrow indeed. It cannot contain two. Where there is I, the Lord is not. Where there is the Lord, this I ceases to be. Manasik puja or mental worship is more powerful than external puja of the murti with flowers, etc. Arjuna thought that Bhima was not doing any kind of worship. He was proud of his external worship of Lord Shiva. He offered bay leaves, but Bhima offered to Lord Shiva mentally the bay leaves of all the bales of the whole world. He was doing Manasik puja of Lord Shiva. The attendant the attendants of Lord Shiva were not able to remove the bay leaves offered by Bhima from the head of Shiva. Arjuna once saw a large band of people carrying baskets of bay leaves. He thought within himself that these leaves must be those offered by him to the Lord and questioned them thus, brothers, wherefrom do you carry these bay leaves? They replied, O Arjuna, these leaves are offered to our Lord by Bhima through his Manasik puja. Arjuna was struck with wonder. He came to know that Manchik Puja was more powerful than the external worship and that Bhima was better devotee than himself. He who has done puja with flowers and other articles of worship for some time can do mental worship. In mental puja, the devotee offers mentally all offerings to the Lord. This is advanced form of worship. Manasik puja can be done by advanced students. Beginners should certainly do worship with flowers, sandal paste, incense, etc. You will have more concentration when you do Manasik puja. Mentally enthrone the Lord in Singhasan seat with diamonds, pearls, emeralds, etc. Offer him a seat, apply sandal paste to his forehead and body, offer argam, madhuparka and various sorts of flowers, clothes, etc. Burn incense, wave lights, burn camphor, offer various kinds of fruits, sweetness and maha. Naivedyam, offer to the Lord the fruits of the whole world. Do not be miserly even in Mansik Puja. In Mansik Puja, one man offered only one stale plantain fruit and a handful of gram. A miserable miser. Even in Mansik Puja, he cannot be very generous and liberal. This world abounds with such deplorable misers. In the end, mentally repeat कायना वाचा मनसेन्द्रिया रेवा बुद्धात्मनवा प्रकृति स्वभावत करोमि यद्वत् सकलम परसमाई नारायण यति समर्पणयमि. When whatever action I do by the body, by speech, by the mind, by senses, by the intellect, or by my own nature, I offer all of them to the Supreme Lord. Narayana also say Om Tat Sat Brahm Parnamastu. This will purify your heart and remove the taint of expectation of reward. So at this stage I conclude this video. Thank you for watching this video. Namaskar my dear friend. Next video number 4 will start with chapter 5 Bhakta Yoga. What is Bhakti?